Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are hopefully learning how to fix a box fan. Well, really not a box fan, but more of a circular fan, but still same idea. It is a Lasco wind tunnel and I have not worked on a fan before. So I am not a professional fan repairer or electronic repairer. I'm teaching myself as I go, so this might just be an act of futility, but let's go ahead and see if we can fix a fan. And what is wrong with said fan? The problem is when we turn the fan on, it is slow to get going and it's making a sound. So definitely something a little bit wonky going on with it. So now there are two ways I think we can go about fixing this. The first way is we're gonna try taking some lubrication. We've got some 3-in-1 oil. This stuff is the blue label and it is engineered for quarter horsepower motors or larger. And this is the right kind. I got the black label stuff and it's the wrong kind. So now we can finally take a look at this fan and see if we can get it fixed. So I believe that there are 4 reasons why the fan could be having issues turning freely. The first one is it needs to be lubricated on the engine motor area. Or 2, there is a capacitor either in the motor area or up here that could also be potentially bad. It's also possible we have some sort of debris in the motor keeping it from spinning freely. And of course the motor itself could be shot. Maybe it's burn out, or maybe some issues with the windings. I'm not sure. I'm not a professional or an expert. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and take everything apart and probably clean it. We'll see if we can figure this out. And we've got a new toy, a cordless electric screwdriver from Aldi's. It appears we have probably 6 screws we have to take apart. We got that piece, really dusty, that's on me. And here we go. So let's see. Put my hands underneath it and pushed up. Ooh. Well, we definitely have some issues here. The motor. And we got quite a bit of dust on here. Let's see, we've got a bunch of screws here on the perimeter. This is our capacitor, I believe. Maybe, potentially. Am I correct? I think I'm correct. We got some more screws on the perimeter. Of course, this all goes up into this area for the controls. We got some hair in here. It's probably part of our problem. Probably got some hairs caught up in it. And let's flip it around. On one of the versions of this fan, the other YouTuber that I saw took this piece off. So can we take this piece out? Yes, I think we can. And this should just pop up. It looks like it's just got some retaining clips. And there we go. Very, very dusty. Sure, my allergies are gonna love this. I'm kind of wondering if we should use some compressed air, blow all this area out first, and then we can proceed. Let me just see. Are these screw holes down there? Right in here? I know what those are. All right, well, let's go ahead and take this downstairs. We'll start cleaning this out with some compressed air before we even continue. And then I think we have to just disassemble the screws that hold this to the plastic base. I think we'll be better. I think we got some progress being made. So let's go ahead and switch outside and start blowing the dust out of this area. Cool. Alright, I've got my high-tech cotton filtration system set up. My t-shirt over my nose. Let's go. So in a YouTube video that I saw somebody working on a wind tunnel fan, kind of like this one, it's circular, but not exactly like that. They took the whole mechanism out, but I don't know if we need to. If we remove this screw here, here, and I think there's a couple up here. Yeah, so if we remove those 4 screws, will this metal piece pop off? Let's try that first before we take the whole thing apart. Are we missing any screws? Let's see if we can pry this metal piece out. There we go. Just needs a little bit of persuasion, I believe. There we go. And the motor's actually stuck in here. All right, let's see. I don't know if we should be touching this part or not, or if that's okay. Well, we're gonna save that. Now we got this piece we gotta clean out. And then this pulls out of the motor thing. I don't know what this is called. And we've got some stuff going on in here. Does this thing pop out even more? Yeah. I don't know if we just broke something or not. Felt a little crunchy. So let's go ahead and grab a brush. Let's go and clean this all out. Hopefully we didn't mess anything up. Just gonna put some 91% isopropyl alcohol on this and clean up some of that dust on here. Not sure if that's the best way to do that, but we did it anyways. We need to clean this up. So this is our spindle thing. This thing could be cleaned off a little bit too. Let's go ahead and clean this off with some isopropyl alcohol, I think. It did have some hair on there, so maybe it bound it up a little bit. Not sure if I should do anything with this piece here. Don't want to mess anything up, but we'll just brush that off lightly. Hopefully that's okay. I'm not really going crazy with cleaning this off because I don't know, I don't want to mess anything up. But all right, so now we need to grab our oil. We got some oil here, so I think we just, whoops, probably shouldn't have grabbed that part, but we'll have to see how that goes. I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil on here. There we go. Let's just put this stack back into place. Spin this around a little bit. It was a little grindy, so maybe we're too late on this one, but we'll see. We'll see. Now we're going to add some oil to this area here. We're going to clean this out a little bit more just to make sure we don't have any dust in this area. Not sure where we want the oil to go into it, if we want it to go in this area here or just stay in here. Shouldn't harm anything if it gets in there, I hope. Just added some into the sole, and now I think this goes this way. I'm not 100% sure though, honestly. I gotta review the footage and see where this arrow was going to. So I have no idea. Probably to there. Maybe we'll see. Alright, having a look back at the footage, we just needed to turn this way. And the arrow goes there. Okay, also I'm gonna take a little bit of this oil off here. I don't know if it'll be good for the plastic or not. Whoop, hello. There we go. And there we go. Now we can put our screws back in, and we are getting better and closer to testing. No idea if this is going to work, but let's try to be positive. And there we go. Okay, that actually worked out pretty decent too. Okay. Perfect. Looks solid, looks good. Will it work? Or will I have wasted hours of my life? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, that doesn't work. It's even worse now. It's making a noise, but nothing is happening. Alright, I don't want to burn the motor out. Is it possible that the capacitor is the problem? It is possible, but I don't know. I mean, this is, did I mess something up when I took that motor housing off a little bit? I don't know. That's a good question. Well, we're gonna have to do a little bit of research, but if all else fails, I will still post a video, because this channel is not about making things right the first time. This channel is all about learning, and if I fail, I fail. But we'll look into some more stuff. Might have to look at that capacitor too. Maybe that is the problem. But I would have assumed that it was the motor that was the issue. It needed to be lubricated. All right. Give me a minute. Did some research, and you know what's funny? I didn't even think about this. I'm not even sure why. But if it is the capacitor basically acts like a jump start. So it stores voltage and electricity, and then it will send electricity into the motor to make the fans spin. It's kind of like a starter on a car, I believe, if that's how it works. But so one thing we can try doing is turning this on, spinning the blades, and if they start spinning after we, twirl them a little bit, then that would be the capacitor. I might have added too much of that oil, and we might have also dislodged the motor slightly. But we're gonna try this first and see if this is what the issue is. So turn it on. Okay, it's spinning but still making a noise. Interesting. So we could be having the issue of both problems. It could still be that motor that I messed up maybe. We're gonna go ahead and disassemble everything probably, and maybe check on the motor one more time, make sure that the lubricant wasn't too much. It also make sure that everything was seated right. And I think that could be a problem because we're still grinding. And if we're not grinding, because we might be getting caught up on something and that's why it's not spinning up. Still could be the capacitor too, but if it's grinding and catching, then it's not going to spin freely. And this is, yeah, that probably should be moving longer like a bicycle will, I think. So we'll see. We might be on the right path, or this might be the completely wrong path. I might have messed something up completely, but that's what this channel is about, trying. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to just skip to the part where we're disassembled everything. All right, let's take a look at this motor area again. Maybe there's something wrong with this area. I'm assuming we don't want any oil on here. Go ahead and add a little bit more oil since we've removed a lot of this and see if that will fix our issues. Just a teeny little bit of oil this time. Now let's see if we can just pop this down here. Interesting. There's almost a little grinding if we move this right here. Yeah. Right here. We're just going to clean this area right up in here with some isopropyl alcohol. I am a novice at this. This might be a horrible idea, but we'll try it anyway. I'm assuming that has to go all the way down. This is backwards. Okay. Okay. That looks reasonable. I don't hear that grinding noise. It's better, but it's still making that noise. Just added a teeny little bit of oil up there. Should this be pulling up and down? Is this normal? I don't know. All right, let's try this again, see if that made any difference. I doubt it, but you never know. Let's see if it makes any difference putting it on its bottom here. So, is it the motor? Did the motor get wonky when we had that issue with the dust and the hair and it caught it and burnt itself out? Or could it still be the capacitor? I don't know. I'm not sure why it's not getting to full speed. Alright, well, gotta do some more research, I guess. Try to figure this out as we go. I don't know if we're gonna figure this one out or not. We'll try. So, from what I gather, we're not supposed to be laying this on its back, but it also is supposed to be spinning freely. And that's what I've been going on so far. I've gotten the shaft put back into the motor housing, but it might be okay right now. I had to kind of maneuver it around a little bit. Yeah, we're still having some catching. No matter if I put it up here, or if I put it down here. This thing, this part is having some issues. Right about here, we're getting some free play. But I don't know if that's going to stay there. So we'll put this piece on here. So let's go ahead and put a screw in here. We're just trying to go on a crisscross pattern, star pattern. Man, they made this thing look so easy on the YouTube video I saw. That's about good, I think. I'm going to tighten this one down, hold it in place. Every minute adjustment we do is removed when we start screwing these screws in. What do you guys think? Alright, let's try it one more time. Let me try spinning it. That feels more. Let me try that one more time, because I'm wondering if we also have an issue with the capacitor. All right, well, I think we need a new capacitor, so I need to look up some little more information and see if we're on the right path or not. And then we might be able to test that capacitor with our ESR meter, but it looks like the wires are resistant to the capacitor. I'm wondering if it's soldered in to there and how we would remove that if we got a new capacitor. So I'm gonna have to look up some information before we continue. Had a look on Amazon and found some capacitors. And this is not something you want to see on your capacitors when you buy them, but yeah. Warning, cancer and reproductive harm. Well, let's double confirm that these are what we need. Oh, these are okay. Could have been a little bit better on the quality. All matted up and ready. 7 UF, which is microfarad. Everything looks okay. 250 VAC. Compare it to this one. Interesting. This is a little different. A little different. It's a little bigger too, isn't it? It's the same thing, right? Looks like the same thing. We just need to connect these up. And I found some wire nuts. So hopefully this is the right way to do this. I'm not 100% sure. But let's go ahead and cut this off. And we'll have to strip it. We're just going to cut these off. This is unplugged, by the way. We'll see if that'll work. Now there's writing on both these wires, so I'm assuming, hopefully this isn't a bad idea. I'm assuming this is non-polarized. I hope. Because it doesn't have any directional readings on this, and well, they both have writing on them now that I'm seeing. This one has some writing on this, and this one has some writing on that. So I'm hoping these are non-polarized. I know I've said that like 3 times now, and I'll probably edit 2 of those out. But, yeah, I do not know what I'm doing exactly. Like, if we put this here... Oh. Oh, these are not... This is way too big. This is way too tall. What is going on here? This is, like, way smaller. Why is this so small compared to this? CBB61. Same thing. Same rating. How are we gonna do this? This won't even get close to lining up, will it? Okay, so this capacitor, for some reason, is way too big for this. And I don't know how it's gonna get fit on here. Should we put it like this? Would that be incredibly stupid? Let's find out. What if we did that? No. This is a horrible idea. Oh, Eve. Alright, what if we did that? I'm not sure if they have different sizes on Amazon for the capacitors. would that get infringed by the fan motor or the fan blade? I don't know. We're just gonna try something. We're gonna put these guys underneath here like that, and we're going to connect these dudes up, and hopefully it's not polarized. And when I'm talking about polarization, I mean there's a negative usually and a positive on capacitors. Sometimes they do not have polarization, so you can just throw them any which way. All right, and this wire nut is too big. I think we're gonna have to solder these wires. I noticed that this wire nut had some sort of metallic bit inside of it, so maybe those other ones are just bad. Aha, those other ones are just bad. Well, now we have to figure out how to get this one connected. I will be doing ample testing before I give this to anybody, but this is an experiment. This is gonna be way too big. Right? Yeah, it's gonna be way too big. Alright, well, we're gonna try something else. We're just gonna try some electrician's duct tape. Now, this is not a recommended way of doing this, obviously. I'm still inexperienced with fixing things, and I know that there's probably something I should be doing first, like, I don't know, scouring Amazon for a new capacitor, perhaps, that fits, but I don't know if that's possible. We'll see if this works. Probably have to go out and get a new wing nut, honestly, but we might do that before we even put this thing into action. Alright, this is just a test. This is a temporary test. If we don't get any power at all, it's because this is polarized. As far as I know, this shouldn't hit the blade, and this is steady, but we'll see. I'm not saying we're gonna say this is safe yet. I'm gonna do a lot of testing and probably consider getting something else, but we'll see. So we're just gonna put the motor or the blade back on. We'll make sure it has plenty of clearance on that capacitor spinning freely, and it is not hitting anything. Let's move the isopropyl alcohol away from the fan. And let's move anything we don't want to catch fire from the bench, just in case. Not that we're being pessimistic, but you never know, because we do not have a fire extinguisher. Grabbing the plug, plugging it in. No smoke, no fire. Are we good? Quick test. It's working better, but it's still making a roar sound. Is it possible I messed up on the installation of that shaft into the motor? Or is it possible it burnt out? It's possible it burnt out. Well, it's not burning anything down, so that's a plus. But it's still not quite up to snuff yet. And we've got like 5 of these fans, so I know how powerful these things can be. Something is not right yet. So I'm going to take a look at this a little bit more and see if we can figure this out and go from there. Before we go any further with the fan, this one is a replacement fan that we purchased recently, and it's about 3 or 4 months old. So this one will give us a good idea of how the other one should be reacting. So first off, we already took the shroud off, but let's go ahead and turn the power on. And that is the kind of air power we should be having. So now let's go ahead and just freely spin this motor and see how it feels compared to the other one. So at 4 Mississippi, let's go ahead and hit it further. So about 10 seconds if we give it a good thwick. if that's a good term, I don't know. But let's go ahead and just see if we can take this, hopefully we can take this fan blades off easily, and let's go ahead and see how it feels just maneuvering the shaft. And we can see movement on the inside of this ring. Now this is the one that is not working. It is catching on this one, so we still have some issues with this spindle. Motor shaft. So let's go ahead and disassemble the motor shaft, and let's try to put this back together one more time and see if we can figure this out and see if we can save this fan. Okay, and noticing that there is some grabbing when I'm spinning this. So let's take a look at this again. Okay, I just found something else out. When I'm got the other fan, it is spinning very, very freely. So this thing is still very tight. We're gonna try it one more time. But we're going to have this thing setting up. So this is the last attempt. I think we are probably fighting more than just dry motor shafts here. I think we probably have something more internal. It could be the bearings, but I'm not 100% sure. I've never seen anybody able to work on those bearings on the inside of the motor. So this is going to be the last attempt. If this doesn't work, we're going to end the video out and I'll throw the white flag. So this is the last attempt. I think we are probably fighting more than just dry motor shafts here. I think we probably have something more internal. It could be the bearings, but I'm not 100% sure. I've never seen anybody able to work on those bearings on the inside of the motor. So this is going to be the last attempt. If this doesn't work, we're going to end the video out and I'll throw the white flag. And maybe set it aside or look some stuff up, or maybe you guys have some information that I don't have, and maybe we can figure this out at some point, but let's at least try it first. All right, let's try it. No. Might be out of balance too. Almost feels like it's doing that. And just to show this other one, this newer one, if you take this spindle, the shaft here, it flows a lot better. It's funny, there's also less up and down play. It doesn't move up and down as much. Interesting. So something is going wrong with that other one. It has more back and forward movement, and it doesn't spin as freely. Is that my fault? Am I doing something wrong? Or is there something else going on? Unfortunately, I have run out of ideas. I probably will look some stuff up, but this video is going to be ended right here, and we'll say better luck next time. Hopefully we will learn more and be able to fix stuff like this easier, better, and learn how and what is a no-win scenario. Thank you guys for watching, and God bless.